Good day everyone, this is Mami Lala of Mommy Guiding, and today is a continuing series on my recent trip to the Mediterranean. Bonjour! We are going to Marseille today, and of course I will be taking you along, and I hope that you like what you're going to see, and if you do so, I hope that you consider subscribing and liking this video. Marseille is the second port stop in our Mediterranean cruise aboard the Enchanted Princess. This shore excursion that we were going to do today, we got from Enchanted Princess itself, and it's a trip to the Notre-Dame Dela Garde and the city center. We had an amazing tour guide for this short excursion. His name is Mahmoud. Enjoy and see you at the end.
You know about Paris? It's gray all the year. Paris. Here we have the sun. 300 days of sunshine here. 300 days of sunshine. 300 days of sunshine in Marseille. So we are in Marseille, and Mahmoud, your guide today. My name is Mahmoud, and he's Kamal, our driver, the best driver in Provence. Kamal, we will have the best visit, the best monument in Marseille, Notre-Dame Dela Garde. You know about it? I will tell you everything. Here we are in the port number 4 in Marseille. 4 ports in Marseille, and Marseille is the port number 1 in France. Number 1 in France, number 4 in the Mediterranean Sea. We are in the Mediterranean Sea. That's why I told you Marseille is better. It's more beautiful than Paris because we have the sea. They don't have the sea.
They don't have the sea.
We are 1,800,000 people in Marseille. It's the second biggest city after Paris. Paris is 10 million. So much traffic everywhere. We are about 750 kilometers from Paris, the capital. We have the fastest train in the world, TGV, which is going to Paris in 3 hours. So you have time now if you want. As you see, the best, about 35 degrees in the middle of July. And now it's changing a little bit more, arriving to 40 degrees. But we have a very strong wind here, starting from Marseille, from Arles before Marseille, coming fast to Marseille, changing the weather from 35 to... This is a documentary of the Second World War, the digital documentary of the Second World War. So this weather, this wind, Mistral, changing the weather from 35 to 8, 10 degrees, so fast. The Mistral is the strongest in the Mediterranean Sea. The Mistral. When it's coming, this wind, we take the pastis, a very strong drink, 51 alcohol. 51.
51 proof.
Why 51? Because when it's not coming, we drink it with water. 5 water and 1 pastis. It becomes like Coca-Cola. If you want to taste the Provençal Coca-Cola. We are in Provence, the name of the region of the south. It's a very long name, Provence Alpes Côte d'Azur. So they don't pronounce it like that, they say the south. Because we are the south of France. So Marseille is the oldest city in all of France, 600 before Christ. A group of fishermen was coming here to the port of Marseille, 600 before Christ, from Massalia, a little city in the north of Turkey called Massalia, and they were so tired when they come here. They are still tired till today. They give the same name to this city, Massalia. And with the Provençal language, it becomes from Massalia to Marsiglia, like in Italian language, and Marseille in French, in English, in Deutsch, in many other languages. So we are in the second capital of France, Marseille. We will have a panoramic tour in the old city of Marseille. We will go to visit Notre-Dame Dela Garde, and after we will come back to the center of Marseille for the shopping time. You are ready for the shopping today? Okay, very good. No, he's not. Okay, take the card of your father. So the province of this region was independent till the 15th century. It was not French. Province, this region, till the 15th century was not French. From the Greek time, 600 before Christ, till the 2nd century, there was a lot of thieves everywhere in the montagne coming to steal the fishermen of Marseille. There is still some, if you want to meet them. So the Massalian people, the fishermen from Massalia, they asked help from Rome in this time, 2nd century before Christ. And they was ready, the Roman, to occupy all the world in this time. So they come here, and it becomes Roman, all this region, the south of France. Till the 6th century. From the 6th century till the 15th century, it became a kingdom for the family Anjou, a very big family. They have a very big kingdom in Italy, Naples and Sicily and Jerusalem. The same family. The last one of this family here in Provence, his name is René. He was very lucky boy. One day he wake up with all this kingdom till Jerusalem for him, when the Queen of Naples died in the 15th century. René was very lucky, and he was very strong also. He had a 15 child with the first wife.
Wow.
He was working every day. Every day. 15 child. Then when his first lady died, he was still young. He had only 45 years old. So he was still strong. He wanted to marry again, and he find a little young girl, French girl from Paris. She was French, Jeanne de la Garde, a beautiful lady, and he was not. He was a little bit very so she doesn't want him. She say no, Jeanne de la Garde. 2 years to ask her to marry her, and she say always no. So he was like a child. He was really like a child. He liked so much art and music and candies and child. 45 years old child. So he make a very big festival here in Provence, everywhere in Provence, in Aix-en-Provence, in Marseille, in Saint-Tropez, in all the Provence. Music, art, dance, pastis. And he invited all the king of Europe for her. All this for this young lady, Jeanne de la Garde. And she come. She accepted his invitation. And she come here after the dance and the dinner and the pastis. You imagine 51 alcohol. He gave her a candy like that. A very, very delicious candy. It's him who make it. We still have it till today, this candy. He told her it's like your lips. It's a little lips like that. A natural candy with the almond they make it. So when she ate this candy, she get crazy. She say, "Calisson, calisson." It means what a delicious. And they call it calisson, this candy, till today. We still have it from the 15th century. And it means that she accepted his marriage, and she became a mother of other 5 babies. So René, the King René, was the last king of Provence. The last king of Provence.
Oh, this is a different.
So this candy, the lips of the queen, if you turn it like that, it's another circle. So please don't turn it. Just it's very delicious. We are in Marseille. This is the group number 4 in the transport maritime, CGM. The group number 4 in the world for the transport maritime. It's the last building from Zaha Hadid, the great 10 countries, coming here every day in this maritime station at right side. At left side, this style of architecture called Haussmannian, like in Paris, you see. In Paris, in the middle of the 19th century, they destroyed all the poor homes from the Middle Age, and they make this style in Paris. In Marseille, it's the same. So the center of Marseille it's completely with this style, Haussmannian style. After it was made in all of Europe, the capitals. So the mafia in Marseille was eating everything. That's why we are still the poorest city, because we was stealing all the money. Now it's not exist anymore. From 2001, the last mafioso was died in Paris in prison. So that's why Marseille have a very big development in the last 10 years, from 2013. So the Marseillais, if you find the E by the end, you pronounce all the letters you have in any word. If you don't have the E by the end, even if it's 10 letters, you don't pronounce them. It's typical French. So like, for example, we say Paris, not Paris. Paris. We don't pronounce the S because there is no E in the end. Cassis, not cassis. You know cassis? It's a very delicious liquor. It's the port of Algeria and Corsica. If you know Corsica, this beautiful island in the Mediterranean Sea. French island. Corsica and Algeria and Tunisia and Morocco. Why these three countries? Because we had the colony, the French colony in these countries in the north of Africa. So a lot of people from these countries are living here in Marseille. They say it's 25% of foreigners in Marseille, but when you walk in the streets, you see all the people are foreigners. It's a multicultural city, Marseille, from all the world. People here in Marseille, even from China, from everywhere. So this quarter is new. This building was from the 19th century inside the port of Marseille. It becomes the Grand Theatre of Marseille, the big theatre of Marseille. 2050 place. Golden Tulip, a new hotel from 2013. And then Le Dock de Marseille, it's a copy from Dock of Liverpool. 365 meters and 365 place. It becomes a commercial center. All this building, it's a commercial center in Marseille. Le Dock de Marseille. At right side, another commercial center, new one from 2013. Les Terrasses du Port. 150 international stores. Some traffic at morning. Today there is a market of this quarter. We will see a Mediterranean market. That's why we have traffic in this part. It will be after this building, left side. Le Dock, it's a copy from Dock of Liverpool, and it was from the 19th century, 1865. So René, when he died, this king of Provence, in the 15th century, 1481, the Provence became French because his nephew was the king of France, Louis XI. So since this time, they don't use the Provençal language officially. They use it between them. It's a kind of secret language here when they don't want you to understand what they say. So they use it, the Provençal. So Marseille is the capital of Provence today, from the 15th century till today. Typical Marseille. You will see miracles today. Even the cars, sometimes they cross you. So Marseille, I told you, it was very poor. We will see the oldest part in the city around the old port of Marseille. We have a very big wall around the city from the 15th century. In the 18th century, the Marseillese people destroyed this wall. We will see the part of this wall, the old wall of Marseille from the 15th century. They destroyed this wall and they go walking till Paris, the Marseillese people. 750 kilometers walking till Paris to destroy the prison of Paris, which was the symbol of the kingdom in this time. That's why we have the hymn of France, La Marseillaise. So the freedom in France is Marseille. We have 300 days of sunshine and 300 days of strikes in Marseille. This is a little train, it's going to the same place. This quarter here, it's new from the 20th century, the beginning of the 20th century. A group of fishermen from Catalonia was coming to live here. From Catalonia, from Spain. So this Catalonian, so that's why they call it the Quartier des Catalans, the quarter of the Catalans. And this Catalans fishermen, they wanted to have a beach. We didn't have beach in Marseille because there is no sand in Marseille. So these crazy Catalans, they take the sand with their boat from Catalonia and they make the only natural beach here in Marseille. You will see it now. It's called Plage des Catalans, the beach of the Catalans. Because it was always stone, very big rocks and stones everywhere, no sands. The closest beach from Marseille was 20 kilometers from here. So this is the plage of the Catalans here. The beach of the Catalans. Only 40 meters, huh?
That's cute.
Even if it's not so hot now, it's a little bit cold and you have many people. In the weekend you don't find place here for it. Corniche, we call it the Corniche, the seaside. The Corniche of Catalans, this part. We have three names for this seaside. The Plage des Catalans, and after the name is changing. It will be Corniche Kennedy, John Kennedy, the American president. So here you can see three islands of Ferriol in the seaside. This is the Gulf of Lyon of Marseille, and at the right side you can see our ship here, the first one. You see it? The Princess. And here the three islands, there is one very famous in the world. There is a castle, you see it? Chateau d'If is very famous in the world now, thanks of the romance of Alexander Dumas, the Conte de Monte Cristo. The Conte de Monte Cristo, this was the prison of the Conte de Monte Cristo. It was a fortress, and then in the 19th century, after the visit of Alexander Dumas, it becomes very, very famous. Now it's a monument of Marseille. Village of fishermen of Marseille. Vallée des Ours is the name of this village. Vallée des Ours. marble from Carrara and greenstone from Florence. And inside 1,000 meters square of golden mosaic from Venice. It's so beautiful. Inside you will see also like a museum in this church. I told you the fishermen, when they come back saved life, they go to say their story to an artist, painter, and they make this story in a painting and they give it to the church. So we still have these paintings. Some are from 150 years ago. So it becomes like museum. We have the snack here. Mr. Kamel is making like snack. In Marseille, it's not easy to drive. You need a snack to drive. You see? Mr. Snack. You will see. It's very difficult to go to Notre-Dame Dela Garde. Look, it's so beautiful, huh? It's the highest point of Marseille, and you can see the fortress. The church was made on the ex-fortress from the 12th century. They use a base of the ex-fortress fortification to make the basilica Notre-Dame Dela Garde. So even if you don't feel it, now we are 100 meters on the sea level now. Look, the snake. Ah, 13 meter is bus. There is a basilica on the top, and down the basilica there is a little church, crypt. Very beautiful and spiritual place. La navette, biscuit. Biscuit. La navette. The name is the la navette.
I'll buy all of it.
The chocolate is something else. I'm talking about the biscuit, and before I was talking about the candy. The lips of the queen of the biggest camp of lavender here, the plateau of lavender in Valençol, the biggest in Europe. It's close to Marseille. So the lavender, it's like a kind of therapy also. You use it for everything, anti-insects, and for all the beauty of the body, and for many, many things.
After the shore excursion, we decided to stay behind and look around at the city center some more. There were so many beautiful and amazing shops, but I like this one the most. There were so many amazing shops around the city center, but I absolutely love this store because they carried handmade soaps. There were also a lot of other gift items that you can take away as souvenirs. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again on the next video. Bye!